So today I'm going to talk about plasmapheresis and how that tool specifically was used to help save my daughter's transplanted kidney, or attempt to at least help. Unfortunately, it wasn't successful, but I think it's a great tool in the medical field. And I think that just kind of bringing attention to it is a great way to give people options of something that they could possibly use to save their transplanted kidney, or, other ways of using it. It's not just for transplanted organs, don't get me wrong, but it's how it was utilized for my daughter. So hello everyone and welcome. I hope you are having an amazing day. If you are interested in videos all about fashion and accessories, I upload those on Monday, and on Fridays I do videos all about TSC and FSGS, two critical diseases that both of my daughters are currently fighting or battling. So please join me by subscribing to my channel and hitting the little bell so you can be notified on all of my latest videos. And thank you again. And let's get started. Okay, so plasmapheresis is a therapeutic plasma exchange, or plasma exchange period. It's all about treating a disease and trying to remove those antibodies out of your bloodstream in order to protect for example, my daughter used it for her organ, to try to protect her kidney from actually failing, or her transplanted kidney from failing. The differences between like dialysis and plasmapheresis focuses primarily on those specific antibodies. As for dialysis, that actually cleans up your entire bloodstream. So it pretty much filters out your entire blood. So it's with plasmapheresis, again, it just removes the harmful antibodies from the plasma. So it kind of like pulls it apart. Pretty similar to dialysis. You lie on a cot, you use either your needle or your catheter, which is both implanted into the vein, and then your blood is pretty much pumped on the machine. It separates the red blood cells, the white cells, the platelets, as well as the plasma. Then you have replacement plasma infused into your body throughout the entire process. So you have the second tube, obviously, you go in. So that procedure is primarily used for similar to what my daughter had. She had the cryptococcus meningitis, and the whole focus was to get those antibiotics out of her system before they attacked her transplanted kidney, and it ended up failing. She was at this point already on dialysis, so they were doing both treatments to try to save the kidney, and try to help kind of get her kidney restarted, to make sure that she's able to, obviously, we want her kidney transplant to last as long as possible. So they had her doing her 3 days a week of dialysis, and then 2 days a week of plasmapheresis. With the plasmapheresis, she was doing 2 hours twice a week. The whole process itself, they use plasmapheresis, or the doctors use it for different issues, right? So autoimmune diseases, multiple sclerosis, organ transplant rejection, which is why she was being used, why they were using it on my daughter, infections and other problems. Another reason why they were using it on my daughter, she had caught that cryptococcus meningitis, so we were trying to protect that kidney, trying to take out those antibodies. So the length, or the treatment length, it all varies, right? It all depends on how severe your case is and how long the doctor would recommend that you take the treatment for. And again, my daughter had to take it 2 hours twice a week. Wasn't successful by May of 2015. She ended up stopping the treatment, and we did end up having to take out my transplanted kidney out of her, unfortunately, because it just wasn't working and it was causing her more damage than it was helping her. So she ended up having to stay on dialysis, but after about 7.5 years, which was recent, about 2 years ago, was her last treatment on dialysis, and she ended up getting a second transplanted kidney. Yay! Stuff to be happy about. Obviously, some of the topics, a lot of people don't want to hear sad stuff, so there was a good end result to all of the chaos that we went through in the past several years. It has been difficult, but we have been overcoming a lot of these challenges, And though plasmapheresis wasn't successful, it did help her feel better. Like I remember, I'll never forget this, where I had to take her in, literally carrying her to the car, just to help her, and also carrying her to a wheelchair at the hospital, where I would have to push her up to the 5th floor, and so that she can get her treatment just for the plasmapheresis. In the hospital, she also, on the other days, she would end up having to go get dialysis, which, by the way, fun fact about my daughter and her challenges, she would literally drive herself to her dialysis treatment and drive herself home. Yes, she is amazing. So we have to, I try to find the light in the darkness that we had in the past few years of a tunnel. I know that right now a lot of families are going through a lot of struggles. There's a lot of things on my mind that are terrifying the crap out of me. But I am really proud of my daughter and everything that she's been through and how she's able to have overcome all these challenges. She's doing so much better now. She was struggling a little bit recently with, she had to get a couple of different medical procedures. She had to take her, most of her parathyroid out. That was recent, in the past couple of years. There's a couple other things that I kind of want to keep private, obviously, but she did have to undergo a couple of different procedures, which were difficult as well for all of us, and it was really important in order to keep her current kidney healthy. So she didn't have a choice in that matter, right? And then she had to deal with sleep deprivation, and she had to deal with high blood pressure. She's had to deal with countless. I can't think of everything right now because there's so, but she's doing really good right now. From where she was 3 years ago to now, she's a lot better, because even when we were doing dialysis at home, peritoneal dialysis, it really took us back several years because it did not work for her at all. She got extremely ill, and we were hoping that was going to help her. It actually was very destructive to her and her whole system. So she's come a long way, and again, I'm really, and I am proud of her, and I think that it's exciting because right now she's traveling, so being in your mid to late 20s, after you've been on dialysis for 8 years, finding out you needed a kidney in 2012 at the age of 16, it's been crazy. It's been crazy, but we're in a good place right now. Happy thoughts. I wish her like many great years of good health and happiness, because she deserves it. I don't know anyone else that has struggled so much in their life and still has had the ability to overcome these challenges the way she has. So that's a little bit about our journey with plasmapheresis. Again, a great tool in the toolbox if you are dealing with an autoimmune disease or disorder, organ transplant rejection, or preventing that, infections and other problems that, especially for critically ill patients, it can actually help you out. It helped my daughter feel a little better, even though we didn't ultimately meet our goal. We were still able to get her to feel better, especially with the excessive fluid in her legs from the meningitis, and just her overall feeling of just really feeling down and exhausted and overwhelmed. It helped kind of get her energy back up. Let's put it like that. So thank you guys again for joining. I hope you are again having an amazing day, and thank you again so much for joining, guys. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell so you can be notified on all of my latest videos. I can use the extra subscribers, so help me with the algorithm gods so I can continue to build my channel and give those parents a little bit of knowledge and know-how of, they're not out there alone. I am a parent of 2 girls with tuberous sclerosis complex and FSGS, which is a kidney disease. that we battle every single day of our lives, but we remain positive. We understand that though there can be days that you want to give up, you can get through it. I have been through it. I have been through it, long and hard, but we always come out on top because we know that no matter how grim things will look, we always find a way to overcome. And thank you again so much for joining. And don't forget to focus through and evolve. Ciao.